Okay, today we're in Lucca. It's a town in Tuscany. It's surrounded by walls and it's very beautiful. So let me show you where we came in. So over here, across the street, you have the train station. So once you get off the train, you're going to come right out the train station and you're going to walk over here and cross the street over here. So I don't see, they used to have a pedestrian crossing right here. You can use the underground, which will let you up right here, and you'll be right in front of Lucca. So let's check it out. So as you can see, the city is surrounded by walls. It's one of the few cities that has its medieval walls still intact. So you can, a lot of times we go bike riding up on the walls, you see people jogging, and this is called the Centro Storico. So you would say the center, the historical center, Centro Storico. And that looks like, that tower right there is at Piazza San Martino. That's where the Duomo is. So let's go check it out. Oh, by the way, this is part of the, this is like, I guess, the moat that was around Lucca, so invading armies couldn't get through. We call this, when we lived here, we just called this the Lucca River. I don't know if this is actually part of the Circio, which is one of the main rivers here, but we just called it the Lucca River. It's probably, I don't know, part of something else. Follow this pathway all the way from the train station. You cross the street and this will take you through a passageway into the Centro Storico. So this is kind of the beginning. You can see where like soldiers would have stood in medieval times. One of the arch enemies of Lucca was Pisa. So we were always at war with Pisa. Sometimes Florence too. So now we're going underneath the walls. So if you have luggage, this might be difficult. You can always walk down to the next porta. What is the porta down there? Porta, the one left of us? I forgot the name of it. But most tourists, when they have bags, they go through that entrance. We actually came here a couple days ago and we used the other entrance because this is quite a hike. You know, if you have like a rolling suitcase. As you can tell, I'm breathing a little heavily. I'm a little bit out of shape. But voila, come out onto the Lucca walls. Oh, so pretty. So this is a high school class. The schools inside the walls would do their physical education up here. Walk the walls. You know. Ciao. 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 Okay, so that's the train station there. Across the street, come on this pathway, and you'll wind up on the walls. Like I said earlier, there's another porta down there, which is probably better for like suitcases and stuff. So let's go check out the Duomo. So when you come up here, all you got to do is walk down these steps and you'll be inside the centro. So you gotta always be careful of bikes too. I used to ride my bike around the walls. I would do 8 laps a day, which equaled 40 kilometers. So the wall is approximately, not approximately, it's 3 miles or 5 kilometers to do one loop. So this is the back of the Duomo, and let's walk to the front. So we took a ride at a side street, and now we're coming upon the Duomo. So usually the Duomo is the center of the city, but here it's not. Duomo's kind of at one end of the city, and I would say Piazza San Michele is more like the center of the city. So there's not, over here actually, by that fountain, there's a good place to have aperitivos that we would go to. But there's not much else over here. There's a post office down there. Okay, so we're at the Duomo, and you can see this tower right here. We've actually gone up to the top of it. It's, I don't know what the price is now. Probably €5. You can also go inside the Duomo, which has some nice artwork and stuff like that. We're gonna let you discover the artwork in there. So we're not gonna go inside. So over here is where you can get some aperitivos. They're closed right now. There's a lot of churches. I think isn't this the city of 100 churches? Yeah. So in this city of Lucca, there are at one point there were 100 churches. So every building here was probably a church at some point. So we're leaving the. Oh, we got some sunlight. That's good. So we're leaving the Duomo, and we're gonna head over to Piazza Napoleone. So Napoleon once ruled the city, and it was his daughter?
It was his sister.
Elisa. So one of the portas is called Porta Elisa. We're in Piazza Giglio. This is the movie theater we'd go to, the Bar Astra Cinema. Over here they have a lot of plays and stuff like that, in the Teatro del Giglio Giacomo Puccini, right there. So it's a good place to come if you want to, if you're into, like, you know, plays and Puccini and stuff like that. Now we're about to walk. This is actually a high school right here, Artistico. This is where she went to school. So she went to that school right there. So, and it's right next to Piazza Napoleone in the center. This is a merry-go-round that they have. And part of the year they set up a ice skating rink. They probably took it down probably a month or two ago. I'm not sure. But it usually sits right here, the ice skating rink. So Piazza Napoleone, it's one of the main piazzas in Lucca. This is right here. This is where the Carabinieri are, in this building, and they put on a lot of, like, events here. They have the not Lucca Comics. Lucca Comics is here, but the concert. Lucca Summer Festival. What'd you say?
I went to a Kiss concert over here.
Nice. I remember that, yeah. So they have big concerts here, Sting and Rolling Stones and all that kind of stuff. So right now, this is mid-March. So it's kind of the rainy-ish season. So they don't have as much stuff going on right now. That's one reason why we came, is it's not like the high, it's not the low season, but it's not the high season. You have a ton of restaurants and cafes, and right there is a really good sandwich spot that my friend Rob goes to daily. Lives right up there in that apartment. And from here, so this is Piazza Napoleone. From here, we're going to make the short walk to Piazza San Michele. A good cafe here that we would hit sometimes. So this is Via Vittorio Veneto. It's the street, one of the main streets that connects Piazza Napoleone with Piazza San Michele. So you can only drive in the city if you have a permit. We used to have a permit, but we wouldn't drive inside the city too much. It really annoys pedestrians, which it's actually annoying me right now. Cars. There's constant like worker trucks. This is what I would consider the center of the town, Piazza San Michele. So you can see the church right here, Piazza San Michele. At the top is St. Mark. There's a tower there that's shut off. A lot of bars, cafes around here. You can stay over here if you want, if you don't want, you know. Okay, so this is Piazza San Michele. This is the big church you can go inside of. You can't go in the tower, which kind of sucks. But right around it you have cafes, gelato, banks. Lucca Comics comes here every October. So this place is packed in October. This is my favorite bar right here, Turandot. They have the best cafe and cappuccino in Lucca. Some of my friends work there. And yeah, this is the center. This is what I would consider, from living here for a long time, this is what I would personally consider the center of the city. Others can argue with that, but whatever. So you can see this place is, we got a lot of tourists here today. I think they're probably kids from another school outside of Lucca, if I had to guess. So you have the Piazza San Michele, got about 1 million students, maybe from Napoli, can't tell. But again, this is my favorite bar, Turandot. Ooh. We're gonna go get a cappuccino. Favorite bar right here, Turandot. Buongiorno. Okay, so now we're leaving Piazza San Michele, and we're gonna go down, I would call it, what would you call it, a popular street? Via Fillungo. It's one of the main streets that they have a lot of, oh, there's our realtor. Our realtor's back there. He was our neighbor. You didn't see us. I gotta mention is people in Italy, they're not used to being on camera. So, and they really don't like it. They don't have the same rules here as we do in the US. Okay, so we made it to Via Fillungo. Via Fillungo. So this is the start of like one of the main streets in Lucca. This used to be Pomodori right there, a pizza restaurant we would go to every day after school. And we sit right here on the steps of the church, one of the 100 churches. This street has a lot of like retail, stuff like that. A lot of like fancy shops. So it's the main shopping street here in Lucca. Oh, you can see the clock tower. That's a clock tower right there. I think it's Torre, maybe Orologio. I'm trying to remember. Della Ora? Delle Ore. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, there we go. Torre Civica delle Ore.
Ore means hours.
Yeah. I know that. And so if you want to get your Reeboks or your Nikes kind of stuff, come down here. Okay, so if you want to go to the Guinigi Tower, it's down this street. So you go Via Fillungo, you can see it up there in the distance. It's got trees on the very top of it. You could probably make it out. We've done a video and gone up there, but it's quite a hike. So, but I would definitely recommend it. It's a good pizza place down here. What was the name of the pizza down right there? No, Sbragia is down here. The other place that has slices. Remember? Sliced pizza down there. Are you there? What's the name of the place with the sliced pizza? We would get it like every Friday night. Okay, so we made it to the Anfiteatro. So you can see how it curves. You see the street? It curves around like a arena. It goes all the way around and it just keeps going in a big circle. Because this was built by the Romans, obviously 2,000-ish years ago, give or take a century. I don't remember the exact date, but this is where it was. So what's interesting is I have a friend who lives in one of these apartments here. So you can see down here you have restaurants and stuff on the inside. So it goes all the way around. It's pretty cool. So this is a place where a lot of like tourists come and have lunch and just chill. Sometimes they have like little events here and stuff like that, but it's a big circle, right? Big circle. Okay, just did the Anfiteatro. We're gonna go down a little bit more down Via Fillungo. We're looking for a place we used to eat called Sbragia. It's got some good pizza. Sometimes here, like on the weekends. Oh, Chiesa Frediano, San Frediano. So, in the church San Frediano, they have a mummy from a woman who, Santa Zita. She's a woman who, she was a housekeeper and she gave money to the poor, and she became a saint. Okay, so we're in this pizza shop called Sbragia, and we found the street on this map that we used to live on. Where is it? Where is it? Where did you see it? Right here. That's the street we used to live on. It's kind of cool. So what'd you order?
I ordered a small marinara pizza.
Marinara, and I ordered a calzone. Okay, so our food just arrived, and this looks like marinara, and here is my prosciutto calzone. Okay, we just had lunch, and we're gonna go by this famous pizza place here, Felice. That's it. Pizza di Felice. Okay. So they got really good pizza there. That's the one we forgot the name of. Okay, this is going to be our last stop of the day for our little Lucca walking tour. Straight ahead is the fountain that we would use to get water. So best tasting water in Lucca. What you would do is you would fill up your existing 1 liter bottles here, and it was great tasting. So anyway, if you liked our tour of Lucca, please like and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.